Duelist behind the mask.
I'm so nervous.
I don't know who it could be.
Ooh.
Oh,
No
what?
way! No
Hey.
way! No
It is
way!
multi-platinum selling record artist Zayn.
Zayn Malik. I can't
How's it
believe
going?
it. Oh, it is such an honor. Thank you so much for being here and putting on this awesome tournament.
Yeah, first of all, apologies for all the mask comments I was making. I wasn't aware, I guess, of who I was speaking to.
You're good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was, it was good banter. I really liked it. Thank you.
Well, welcome to the stream, Zayn. I wasn't aware that you were a Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I've been into Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, since I was a small kid. So it's an honor to be here to do this, and it was very exciting. I've been looking forward to it for a few weeks. So yeah, I'm glad to be here today.
I'm just absolutely blown away. I'm a little starstruck, just in awe that, someone of your caliber also enjoys something that, we love and that people around the world love. And you brought people together here for this tournament and just incredible. So awesome.
Well, you said that you've been excited about this for weeks now. What were you most excited about? Was it bringing the community together, or was it just getting to wear such a cool mask and mess around with all of us here in the community?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, a mixture of both. It was nice to get everybody together, obviously, here to compete and do this, but also I'm a big fan of dressing up. I love Halloween. I love any, costume I can ever get into and play a character. So it was a fun experience, and one I didn't want to miss out on.
Well, we're happy that you are here. Happy to have you. Speaking of costumes, you got that beautiful mask, and Fictinium is the one who wins the entire tournament that you're putting on for us here.
That's correct.
And I believe that means we owe Fictinium something. You got to sign that mask, Zayn.
Yeah, we do. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to sign it on the inside,
Okay.
so we don't ruin the outside of it. Oh, here we go. I don't know if you can
Nice.
see.
This is a big moment. That mask. Oh, what a beauty.
Oh, it was so cool.
Even
you
looks
go.
cool on the
Can you
inside.
see it?
Move it up to the camera a little bit.
It's really
Let's
cool.
get a good look at it. There we
Oh,
go.
I see it. Yeah, there it
The
is.
signed
Right in the bottom corner.
Shadow Duelist
Yes.
mask by Zayn himself.
Just incredible. I like your gloves. That you're wearing those gloves there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could make it too obvious, I guess, by showing off the hands here.
Yeah.
Well, Zayd, it was awesome having you on the show, but we were teasing throughout the entire month who could be the duelist behind the mask. I'm sure some people were able to guess it correctly, probably were spamming in chat who it was behind it the whole time, but we had a couple of clues that we were giving out as hints to who you were. So I want to, we're going to cover some of those clues later, but first, let's get to know you as a duelist a little bit. Talk to me about your origin story.
Yep.
How did you first get into Yu-Gi-Oh?
This is what I'm interested in, yes.
Long time ago, I think I properly started playing the game on Game Boy Advance SP a long time ago.
Ooh.
I collected the cards, but I was really young, so I still didn't really understand how a lot of it worked. I think I was probably about 6, 7 when I got into it. So yeah, it took me a while to properly understand the game, but once it solidified, I think I was playing on Game Boy Advance SP quite a lot. The original game that came out on there, I think I remember years ago.
A long
There's
time ago.
There's a lot of good games that were on the DS and the regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome that you also play those. I loved them as well as a kid. Really fantastic games.
Yeah, I mean, those are some old school cards. I maybe it's testing your memory too much, but do you remember when you were a kid, when you were like 6, 7, what your favorite card was back then in the games?
My favorite card, I know it sounds super cliche, but obviously everyone loves Dark Magician. I love
Oh, yeah.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. I also love the Exodia cards. At the where you get all the different parts. I can't remember what the name was, like where you have to put it together. I can't remember his name now off the top of my head.
So,
but that was
Exodia,
a
yeah,
really
you know
Exodia,
it.
the forbidden
Part.
one with
Yeah,
the
Exodia,
left
yeah.
arm, right
Alright,
arm,
cool.
left leg, right leg.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was like a whole thing trying to get every card and get it out of the deck and put it together. But once you did it, you were pretty much unstoppable. No one could fight that card.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Exodia is also one of my favorites. We actually have new cards that came out recently in the Infinite Forbidden, one of our last core boosters.
We'll have to
Actually,
send
with
you
new Exodia cards. Yeah, we're going to have to make
Yeah.
sure you get your hands on those as well.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to.
Do you have any favorite parts? Because I mean, Exodia was clearly like the episode 1 of the anime, like a big deal in the show. We saw Dark Magician Blue Eyes, all of that very early on. Do you have any favorite parts or memorable storylines from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime? Because I feel like a lot of people connect not just to the cards, but to like the show itself too.
Yeah, I loved a lot of different parts of the show, but obviously the most memorable like battle for me was the Kaiba battle, and that always just stuck out to me. I've always loved that rivalry that Yugi and Kaiba was cool.
Which one? The first one or the one where he's
Probably the first
threatening
one.
at Maximilian's front door, saying, "I'm going to take your
Yugi-
star chips."
Make Yugi, Yugi make the
first
choice.
one, yeah,
Okay.
the first big battle, yeah, for sure. I'm a bit rusty with it in my mind, but it's been a while since I watched it properly. I should probably do a rerun from the beginning. Actually, it'd be a good shout.
I'm rewatching through GX right now, and I gotta say it's a fun time. So highly recommend. Yeah, go rewatch through that. If you could hang out with any of the characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh universe, who would it be and why?
Again, super cliche, but I'm sure everyone wants to hang out with Yugi, right? Like,
Of course,
he's the dude. So,
Do you try to play him in games though? Because he's the king of games, so you're probably gonna lose at every one. Like, do you even try at that point?
in the game, you mean when I'm playing against him? Yeah,
game,
you have to
really,
play
yeah.
against. Okay, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think it'd be awesome if we got to see you duel against Yugi with like the Nocturne mask on, because you literally look like you're out from the anime, just one of the characters that the group like encounters along their
I don't know.
travels.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it though. He's always gonna win, like you
Yeah.
said. You know,
It's the heart of the cards, right?
Yeah, exactly. The cards are always on Yugi's side.
Yeah.
He always draws the card he needs, and I swear they weren't in his deck in the last time I saw him.
Right,
Where are
yeah.
they coming from?
He just keeps opening packs, man. It's crazy. The
That's the best way
consistency
to
of
get
that
better.
deck's crazy.
Open booster packs.
A bit like Fictinium tonight.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well, I'm happy you bring up Fictinium because now I want to hear from Zane, not just the Nocturne who gave your thoughts, but talk to me about how impressive it was seeing Fictinium play, one of the top duelists winning this entire event. How fun was this just getting to witness such a high-caliber duelist?
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I've dabbled a bit, played myself. When the game came out, I got into it quite a bit, and I got to a certain level, and then there was just like some people that play this game that are just ridiculous, and Fictinium is obviously one of them people. The chain links with the cards were really impressive. I don't even think the other guy got to make any moves. He kind of just destroyed him, did his thing. So, yeah. I wouldn't want to play him. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Fictinium did have an answer every time Sveti tried to do anything in that game, and yeah, he'd be a tough opponent. I'd like to, try and duel him one day, maybe, but
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you've dabbled a little bit in Master Duel yourself. First off, what platform did you play on? Are you a PC gamer, or were you playing on your phone?
I started it on my iPad first.
Okay.
I was
That's what I
playing it
play
on
on.
there, and then did you? Yeah, because I like the interface. I like the way that you could like move it like, with the touch screen and stuff. So I started playing on there, and then I started playing on Steam afterwards. But I've got it on pretty much everything. I've got it on Xbox. I've got it on PlayStation. Not to stunt or anything, but
A little flex, yeah.
I mean, you mentioned that you used to play like all the games as like a kid, and I also did the same. As a kid, me never would have dreamed of something like Master Duel existing, to where not only can I play Yu-Gi-Oh anywhere I want all the time, I can play against anyone worldwide and jump into like a ranked match and challenge someone 24 hours a day. It's literally a dream come true with Master Duel just being a thing.
Yeah, it is definitely the progression of it from when we were children is insane for sure.
The game has come a long way, and the ways to play the game have come a long way, but a lot of people's favorite way to engage with the game is through memorabilia and through fun collectibles. I mean, that's kind of where it all started, right, with the cards. Zane, do you have anything that you're like the most proud of? Anything that you own from
so
Yu-Gi-Oh?
This is my Yu-Gi-Oh binder.
Wait a minute.
I have all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the question was before, what is my favorite card? And obviously I have the Shooting Star Dragon. And obviously it's just one of my most powerful cards. That's why I like it so much.
Okay.
I have the Shooting Quasar Dragon too.
Shooting
if you want
Quasar
to
is one of
see
my
it,
favorites.
I can pull it
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a powerful synchro monster.
While you're pulling that out, those are both connected to the Stardust archetype. Did Stardust,
No, there
did this
it
card
is.
inspire your song titled Stardust in any way?
It's a complete coincidence. Maybe it's like subliminally in there, you know, Stardust, and it just came out subconsciously, yeah. But I didn't consciously think about it. But yeah, things like that happen a lot.
It's a really good song. I've been playing it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, nonstop.
Wait, can you bring up the binder one more time, Zane? I want to take a look. Is that Sharpie that you colored on the front with?
It is, yeah. It is, yeah.
It ran out of room for the H there at the end.
Didn't have enough space for the H there. Didn't really figure it out. Went a bit too far along, but it is what it is.
That's classic playground Yu-Gi-Oh right there. That's amazing. Good penmanship, by the way. I don't think 8-year-old me would have been able to do anything even close to that. That's crazy.
But 34-year-old me couldn't do that.
All right. Well, maybe we'll look forward for future albums to see other subliminal Yu-Gi-Oh names make it into
I'm going
songs.
back through his entire discography.
Definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming next. Next one,
I'm gonna call my next album. I'm gonna call my next album Yami Yugi.
There you go.
Every song will be a card that Yugi plays. We'll have Dark Magician, Karibo.
Exactly.
You know, people will be really confused.
Music
but
to duel by.
the people, the people that love it are gonna love it.
He's a real fan. He's a real fan. It's genuine.
That's how we know. Well, actually, I did have a question on that point because obviously a musical artist, you know, you multi-award winning, multi-platinum selling. The show itself, I love the Yu-Gi-Oh music. But the genres change all the time, right? We have like rock and roll kind of theme in GX. We have like the epic Egyptian theme from the original show. If you were to make a Yu-Gi-Oh theme song, what genre of music would you choose?
For me, I think I'd have to do something like real, early 2000s rock. And and just kind of keep it in that iconic era of like where I feel like all these like cartoons kind of started with their music, you know, like just something catchy and high energy and something that like encapsulates the heroic energy of the show, you know.
I love
that. Feels epic.
That would fit. I like that. All right. Well, Zane, it's been awesome having you on the show with us so far. I mean, Nocturne was one thing, but having Zane on is a completely other. But I want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything else that you want people out there to know? You have the whole Yu-Gi-Oh community watching right now, so what would you like to say?
I am massively honored to be here. This was very fun. I have some interesting stuff coming out with my music pretty soon. Some pretty big announcements coming up. So if you're interested in my music at all, I've got some cool news coming pretty soon.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. My anticipation ended for the Shadow Duelist, and now I have a whole new thing to be excited about at the end of this as well. That's so cool to hear. Yeah, really awesome.
Yeah, I was listening to the album that just dropped all week, and it's been fantastic. Completely coincidentally to this, of course. Yeah. But Zane, I teased it earlier that we had a couple of hints that people were guessing along throughout the last month. Maybe I was able to guess a little early through the hints, but I want to cover some of them with you because we learned a lot about you, not just as an artist, but just as a person. So let's take a look at the hint number one, clue number one that was given out here. And I want to take some time with you while we have you on stream to learn a little bit more about you as a person. Up first, clue number one. Okay, this was the last one, so we'll get that off the screen. But I believe the first one was about being a teacher, using language and actually pivoting from an interest in that towards a different stage. Here we go. Nocturne once planned to teach the art of language before stepping onto a different stage. So what was going on with kind of early Zane and your initial interests?
So in school, like the two subjects that I like gravitated towards naturally were probably theatre studies and English. And I obviously just took a real liking to language and literature and, you know, poetry. So I actually did my English GCSE a year early. They put me in at 15. You're meant to do it at 16 in the UK. And I got an A. So I was like, I must be pretty good at this. Maybe I should go into this and teach this, you know? And I always just wanted to pass things on naturally as a kid. It was just, you know, part of my nature. If I knew something, I wanted to like pass that on. So I was like, it's a perfect opportunity for me to exercise that skill. So that was where the interest came, and I wanted to teach English, yeah. specifically.
Yeah, very noble. I mean, knowing that you're obviously good at something with English, move on to be a songwriter, and then you want to pass those skills on to others. Very awesome.
Would you be willing to do any lessons for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists? Because reading can sometimes be an issue in our community, and if you're able to help us out with that, that would be a big help.
They could really use a
For
teacher.
sure, yeah. Some reading classes, definitely. No, I don't want to profess to be too good. People might start walking up to me on the street and challenging me to a shadow duel.
Oh, okay, yeah. You prefer to be the one to put those on rather than participate in them.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, here's clue number 2. In their youth, Nocturne donned fighter's mitts as a different sort of duelist. This one I have to know about. What's going on with this part of your past?
I think that's referring to me doing a bit of boxing when I was younger. When I was about 14, 15, I did a bit of boxing for a couple of years. I was okay at it. I didn't do too well. That's why I didn't pursue that career. Didn't want to get punched in the face too much, I'll be honest.
Doesn't seem like too much
yeah,
fun.
I tried it. Yeah, no, definitely not as fun as singing, so I'll stick to the singing, personally.
All right, fair enough. That's still cool, though. Do you feel like there's any part of that I've moved around between a lot of different sports in my life, and sometimes I have regret, like, I wish I had stuck with that a little bit longer. Do you feel like it was the right time to move on, or do you ever think, like, I should throw mitts out again and give it another go?
Definitely not. It's definitely not an interest that I want to take up again. I'm all about the training. Boxing training is probably one of the best training exercises you can take part in. So for cardio and things like that, yeah, I do it in the gym, but not. I would never fight professionally or even amateur or anything. It's not my thing.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll get you on the.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I love it, not a fight. Songwriter as well. Clue number 3: Nocturne possesses many fiendish familiars. This one
pets?
actually stumped me.
I feel like it might be about pets.
Pets? Do you have any pets?
It is, yeah. I do, yeah. I have a lot of dogs and a lot of cats. Got 4 turtles. Got quite a few animals. I've got 11
Turtles?
chickens. Turtles.
Okay, all right. We got
terrapin turtles.
Yeah, we can't just cruise past all of these. We're gonna have to go one by one. Turtles. What are their names and why turtles? How hard are turtles to take care of?
We named them after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because there was 4 of them originally.
Nice.
And then one sadly passed away, so I have 3 now. And then I have 3 dogs: Zeus, Zion, and Thumper. I have 4 cats: Dobby, Salem, Vito, and Elsie. Which my daughter named. I'm sure you can tell. Elsie.
Yeah.
And I've got like 11 chickens. We haven't named all them because it's hard work when you get attached.
Tell them apart. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm also
hard work to tell them apart too.
I'm a big animal lover myself, so that's really cool to hear. And I love that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
That's classic.
originally from Konami. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit intertwined there.
Look at that.
It's a small world.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Not
Yeah,
sponsored,
that's good.
but
Hashtag not sponsored.
let's take a look at the next clue here as we continue getting to know Zayn together. Clue number 4: Nocturne is cloaked in shadow and draped in melody. Now, this one might be a little more straightforward. But, talk to me about your journey as a musician, because obviously you're talking about having a love for language from a very young age, but when did your interest in music really pick up?
I would say my interest in music probably picked up around me being about 12, 13. I auditioned for a theatre production in my school of Grease, and it required a dance audition and a singing audition. Now, if anybody knows me, they know I'm not really that good at dancing at all. So I focused on the singing part of it, and I got a good response, from like my peers, my student pupils, and also the teachers and stuff like that. They told me that I had a bit of a talent there. So then I really got into it and started practicing and trying to get good, and obviously trying to impress the ladies too. You know how it is. That's what it's all about when you're in high school.
So they could tell right off the bat, like the vocals were electrifying right away. That's the roughest thing. I didn't want to sing it. I don't have a singing with electrifying.
I don't know if it was electrifying. I think they could tell I had a bit of ability, but I wouldn't quite say electrifying at 12, to be honest. But
that's the only like Grease lyric I could like pull from. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Grease was the start.
Grease was the start. Wow, I never knew that one. Well, then I guess when did it pick up? When do you feel like you actually started coming into your own as a musician and you felt like you were really owning it?
I think that's probably just happened for me in the last like 3-4 years. I'll be honest with you. And still not like fully sedimented into that idea. I think the type of person I am, my personality, is never, this is complete and it's a finished product. I always want to work on things and get better at things. So I'm always probably going to be my own worst critic, That's just the way I am.
Yeah, I mean those are the same things I would say to people who want to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh and be a better duelist. Is the second you hit that point where you're like, oh, I'm the greatest, that's when you're not the greatest because someone out there is hungrier, still building on it, still feeling like they can.
I think it applies to everything in life. Like once you think you're the greatest, somebody else is going to show you that they're better than you. So I never like to think like that for sure.
Great mentality to have for sure.
Zane, multi-platinum selling artist, same as locals duelists. Same mentality, right? You just got to be the best. All right. Well, we also have clue number 5. The planet Saturn. Yeah, gotta work hard. Planet Saturn rules Nocturne's House of Stars. Are you a Capricorn? Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Capricorn.
All right.
So this one probably narrowed it down for a lot of people.
Yeah. How many people do you think out there got it just from this guess alone? Like, do you feel like you're on people's mind? Yeah, from clue number 5.
I don't know I think if they're like a fan of mine, they probably know I'm a Capricorn, but I don't know if like general people would know that about me.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, Zayn Malik, he's a Capricorn.
Comes up more often than you think.
Oh, yeah. Just casually, yeah.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh players, we read cards, playing cards.
There you
cards,
go.
reading, futures and such. That's a GX character as well.
Oh, there you go.
All right, well, let's take a look at the next clue here. Clue number 6 as we continue to get to know Zane together. Nocturne is kingly in stature and in name. What does this one mean?
I didn't get this one. I'll be honest, the kingly in stature I didn't understand. In name, Malik means king, so I knew what that meant, but I didn't know what in stature meant, yeah. But I'll take it. If somebody thinks I'm kingly in stature, then all right, cool.
Now, this one probably
I don't know what
gave it
that
away.
part means, but yeah, my surname means Malik, yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's cool to know. Well, hey, you know what? Kingly in stature, I'll double down on that one. I think that one's true as well. There we go. All right, well, take a look at the next one. Clue number 7. Nocturne hails from the Sceptered Isle. Is this a real place? That sounds like a made-up place.
Sceptered Isles.
Sceptered Isle?
I have no idea what that one means myself, I'll be honest with you. The Sceptered
Beautiful.
Isle.
Sceptered Isle.
I assumed it's something from like the UK or.
I'm guessing it's like the island being by itself, floating in the water.
Okay, could be. All right, well, let's take a look at clue number 8 then at that point. Not all of them are going to give people that laser eye view on you. Nocturne's experience spreads far and wide across the country and into the very soul. You are an intercontinental celebrity, I would suppose. So I imagine that's what this one's like. What's it been like for you? Because I believe that you living. Where are you located right now with all of your chickens and all your turtles?
I am living in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So. Yeah, on a farm out here. I guess this clue is obviously to do with the sound of the record as well that we just did, because it had a bit of a country sound to it and like a
soul, the R&B
kind of sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, the R&B soul. So yeah, I guess that's what they're talking about there.
Makes a lot of sense. I definitely get those vibes from Stardust and the more recent songs.
Yeah, were there any inspirations that you took for the writing of the album, whether it's like other musical artists or just living in Pennsylvania and just the environment around?
there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of different inspirations. The main inspiration was definitely living here, but just the type of music I've been listening to while I've been living out here. And I've said it a lot, but like Chris Stapleton, I started listening to quite heavy maybe about 3-4 years ago, and I wanted to do something in his kind of pocket. I just like the way he writes and sings. I just feel like it it leaves itself to tell a story in a really fascinating way. So it was something I wanted to do, and it worked out well for me. Surprisingly, because I didn't think many people would get me doing that kind of music, but Chris himself even gave me a bit of a stamp of approval. So
oh wow, that's
I was
really
very
cool.
happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, I
really
love
cool.
it. I love the sound and the vibes from your more recent songs. They're really good, easy listening. And you can like feel like there's emotion behind it. There's like reasons behind the words, and yeah, just really good, really awesome.
The country line here kind of gets me. Not necessarily like what you think of traditional country, but when I'm from Minnesota, and when I listen to the album, I'm like, I just want to have like a coffee in my hand, walking through the Minnesota woods out in my backyard, just like going on an adventure or something.
Yeah, it's my version. My version of country for sure. It's not like typical country, but it's like my interpretation of it, you know?
All right, so what I'm hearing is that the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme's either going to be early 2000s rock or it's going to be country soul mix.
There we go.
Could be one or the other. We'll see.
Both sound awesome to me. I'm here for it.
All right, let's take a look at the next clue then here as we're getting through them. Clue number 9, Nocturne shuns the sun even though they've traveled 31 years around it. Now, I assume that, do you actually dislike the sun, or is that just a Nocturne joke about him being in the shadows?
I think it's a Nocturne joke, that one, yeah. But yeah, I also don't like to, usually wake up before midday unless I have to.
Who does?
That might make some sense there for that too.
And you're 31 years old, I guess?
I'm 31 years old.
That's got to be a big hint there.
What it's like to be 31 again.
Yeah.
I'm only 34. It's not too bad.
Oh, in your old wisdom, do you have any advice for Zayn as an elder man?
You're fine.
Lots of questions, no advice. Yeah.
All right, I'll take a look at the next hint then here as we're getting towards the end of the clues. Clue number 10. Before going solo, Nocturne was part of the celebrated Brotherhood of Troubadours. Now, you, of course, have gone through a long development of yourself as a musician, as an artist. So how have some of your earlier days of making music helped shaped your ability to make music now?
Those early days obviously laid the full foundations for everything that I know, I didn't have any experience doing anything before I was in that band. My first audition properly for anything outside of school was for the X Factor. And I built all of my experience in my field with those 4 other guys. So it's definitely influenced, me as an artist and me as a person still today at 31.
Yeah, now you have an incredible solo career that, I just can't keep telling how big of a fan I am of, your more recent songs.
I mean, you were a fan of Nocturne already, so at least you're consistent throughout the whole show.
I appreciate it. No, I really do. I really appreciate it. That was the whole idea behind doing a record like Room, was I wanted to bring in a different audience of people, people that might not necessarily listen to my music before. Just so they could see that, just because I'm making pop R&B doesn't necessarily mean that's all I can sing or make. I can dabble with different things, and I love music of, all different types of genres.
Definitely just an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Can you tease any maybe future genres that are coming up? You don't have to.
I could actually, yeah. Like I'm dabbling a little bit with a South Asian sound at the minute too. Ooh. So I'm making some records like singing in a completely different language, which is really interesting and proves difficult at certain points. But it's a challenge, and I like a challenge. So yeah, we're dabbling in the South Asian market. Hopefully in the future.
That's really cool.
Really exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck in that. I believe we have a few more clues to get through, so we can get through these ones. These were the last ones that we saw right before revealing. Nocturne's melodies have topped charts across the Atlantic. Looking back again on your career and the success that you have been able to achieve, I always wonder, as somebody who's been in the position where you're topping charts, what's the pressure like when you're building the next project that you're working on? Do you think about that at all, or are you just focused on the work and expressing your artistic expression?
Yeah, to be honest, it's not me trying to be a artsy fartsy dude when I sit here and say this. It's just the way it is, Like I've always been a person that rather concentrate on the journey than the end goal. I don't like to see the finish line. I just like to take it a day at a time and just work on, what it is that I love doing, and that's music. I love singing. I love writing. I love being in the studio. I love enjoying that time. And I never really tried to put any pressure on myself for what is the outcome for this, what is, the end goal for this. Whenever people ask me that question, like, I always find it hard to answer because I just don't think that way. I just take it a day at a time.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it, I think. I mean, going back to the where you can compare the two things, they're very similar. That's the same advice like I would give duelists. You give duelists who are looking to win a tournament. Like, you have to take it a day at a time. Yeah. It's about the journey, the preparation leading up to that tournament when you're finally at that goal. And then if you had the journey right, did the preparation, and put the time and work in, then you'll yield those results that you so desire.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and then it's a bonus, right? If you get the result, then it's always a bonus rather than a negative that you didn't achieve it,
Mm-hmm. Very good words of advice.
Are there any personal favorite parts of that creative process that you have? Any like rituals that you have when you're in the process of writing a new song or making a new album?
My favorite part of the process is probably just the relaxed environment of being in the studio. I enjoy that. I like taking my time with things and just, eating junk food and sitting, eating pizza, writing and just coming up with ideas. It's a real good place to have conversations about life and things and then try to incorporate them conversations that you're having into the music so that it has, some relatability factor to it.
What's your number one comfort food then when you're in the studio working on something? I got to know.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Standard pizza.
Wait,
I love some pizza.
You have turtles named after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You
Your
like
favorite pizza. It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Do you happen to own a hockey? He has a mask. Is that a hockey mask? But
I do have a hockey mask too somewhere.
okay,
sure,
well there we go.
Turtles in the half shell.
Yeah, I
I've
didn't
got a couple of
realize.
samurai swords as well somewhere. I've got Leo's sword somewhere too.
There you go.
Okay, we're
Maybe
checking
next
a lot of
time-
boxes
actually,
here.
Next time you show up, you're dressed as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Hey, you did say Halloween costumes. Enjoy
That'd be
those.
fun.
Yeah, it could be. All right, here's a second to
a bit
last
more of an
clue.
elaborate costume.
You got to get the shell and everything. From Dusk Till Dawn, Nocturne fills the air with Stardust and Pillow Talk. These are, of course, two of the songs on your latest album. We talked a little bit about Stardust, of course. Were either of these, up there? Do you ever have like a favorite song at the end of an album when you look back and say like that one was like a personal favorite of yours or one that you really feel like is going to click with the audience?
A personal favorite is probably a song that's not even a single. Usually the songs that are more like the album tracks, I tend to gravitate towards more. The truth is, Dusk Till Dawn is probably my most proud achievement for a song because I wrote it and then got to finish the writing off with Sia. Who was an artist that I massively revered and have a lot of respect for as a writer, as a vocalist, everything. So I think that's probably my biggest achievement, I would say. Like doing the song with Sia was a big moment for me.
That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely want to check out the whole album. I think I always find that the hidden gems are always there in the album tracks as opposed to the single.
Yeah,
but the singles are incredible. Like Stardust has become one of my favorite songs.
It's great. Pillow Talk's great. I think My Woman, Fuchsia Sea, those are some of my favorites on the album too. So
Nice.
yeah,
I appreciate
great
that.
work. All right, and now this is the last clue, the final clue that we gave out that I'm sure gave a lot of people the answer to who you were, and that was, of course, north, south, east, west. Nocturne will only choose one. Which is your favorite direction, Zane?
I think what they were trying to say here is the north, because I'm from the north of England.
There we
so
go.
I guess I would only choose the north. Yeah,
I like that. I'm from Minnesota. I'm from the north as well.
One Direction.
Oh,
Okay, you're northerner too. Yeah.
That makes way more sense. I didn't understand that one.
That was over my head.
I was like, it's a globe. You're gonna end up. You could go
I seen
anywhere.
you give a little subtle hint there when you were announcing it. I heard you say, "Oh, maybe it's the one." So I thought that's what you were doing there. I thought
No, it was right over my head.
Direction.
Oh, I didn't even
And I
notice
think
that the one is
you said one
capitalized.
as well where you said in sync. You gave like a clue and you said in sync, like try to throw them off.
I
off
did
the
hear
track
that
a bit.
one,
I was like,
actually.
That was by complete accident. Yes.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought you were trying to throw them off. I was like,
Came
that's a good
straight
one,
from the
that.
back streets, yeah.
Oh man, that would I would have looked really clever and cool.
If it was
Sometimes
intentional.
I just bumble my way into these awesome things.
Billy's just naturally talented like that. That's why we love having him around. But Zane, that is all the clues that we had. I'm happy that we had you to talk through all of that with us. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I'm sure that the community, first off, loves celebrating having you as part of the community, but also getting to know more about you. But a reminder for everybody, or actually more of an announcement, that Zane, I hear you might not be alone as a Shadow Duelist. Is this correct?
That is correct. Yes, there's going to be a whole cabal, shall we say, of masked celebrities that are going to be partaking in this amazing event. And I hope they have as much fun as I did today because it was really fun.
Well, you heard it from Zane himself, a whole cabal of Shadow Duelists to look forward to. Season 2 of Shadow Duelist Tournament will be coming soon, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled to all of the official announcement channels. But thank you again, Zane, for coming on. Congratulations on crowning and being the first Shadow Duelist to give away your mask. Congratulations to the winner as well as everybody who participated. And thank you so much, everybody at home, for tuning in and being part of this incredible community. Can't wait to see you next time. Until then.